Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing great. So in my today's video, I'm going to talk to you about a company called Manorama Industries. You might have seen my earlier videos on this. So I'm going to go take you through the Q1 FY27 results and see how the company is progressing and the main important points from the con call to understand does the management sound bullish? Are they confident? Is there anything that we need as an analyst or an investor? Do we need to worry about it? So we'll go through all through this, right? Before we get into that, right, just for the benefit of new viewers who might watch this video, I'll just take you through the business model of Manorama Industry and just explain in a hopefully in few minutes what does the company do. If you look at the screen over here, right? So we can what they actually do, right? They procure these seeds from India as well as from Africa. So from India they collect sal seed collection, and from Africa they have this shea seed collections. So they collect these seeds from the farmers and and from the tribal areas. Then what they do, they extract this and then they process it. And after processing it, they make this something called as CB, which is cocoa butter equivalent, which is how to say a replacement for actual cocoa which is used in the chocolates, and then other specialty fats and butter which are used in personal care products. So and then they supply it to their consumers. So that's what their main business model is. And if you look at this screen, right, so this just tells you in a very short way, right? So when they get this, they manufacture it and they sell these stearin, olein products and cocoa butter equivalent, which I said, right, to all these chocolate companies and personal care products. So as of now, the stearin in CB contributes to around 1.4% of the overall revenue, and their current plant capacity is around 47,500 million ton per annum. And most of their the clients are Fortune 500 companies. And if you look at this next screen, right, you will understand the type of how to say the clients that they have and to whom they sell their products. And if you look, this screen is divided into two parts. For this food and confectionery, and the second part, the small part, is around personal care. So in personal care, they have only three clients, mainly the Body Shop, L'Oreal Paris, and Lush. And majority of the clients, if you see, are from the food and confectionery side. And you can see all of the major chocolate companies from Ferrero, Mondelez, Hershey, Mars. They all are their clients, right? So they have a diverse range of clients. So hopefully you understood the business model, right? So they collect these seeds, sal seeds from India, chia seeds from Africa. Then they bring it to their plants. Then they, process it, and at the back of it, they make these cocoa butter equivalent and other exotic, butters and other stuffs which are used in this food and confectionery and personal care products. And if you look at their recent number, which was actually quite great, because if you look at the screen over here, they grew their revenue YOY by almost 39.5% from 289 crores to almost 404 crores. And if you look at their EBITDA numbers also, right, it grew by almost 42% from 74.7 crores to almost 106 crores. And not just that, right, they were able to improve their EBITDA margin also from 25.8% to 26.3%. And if you look at their PAT margin also, right, that also increased in a very, very great manner, because last year they had a PAT margin of around 16.2%. And for this quarter, they had a PAT margin of almost 19.5%, which helped them to grow their profit by almost 67.6%. If you look, last year they made a profit of around 46.9 crores. This year they made a profit of almost 78.7 crores. So we can clearly see over here, right, they were not just able to grow their revenue at a great rate. Along with the revenue expansion, their margins also expanded, which helped them to almost double their profit compared to the last year. And if you look in terms of the the revenue contribution from compared to like export and domestic. Export contributes to around 60% of the revenue, and domestic contributes to around 40% of the revenue. So we spoke about what does the company does, and then we looked at their recent numbers, right? So let's see what are the things that has been happening in the company, and what are they doing in order to grow even further. And if you look at the screen over here, there are four more important things which the company said. So first of all, they raised a QIP of around 500 crores. See, no company will raise a QIP if they are not looking for growth, and there's an opportunity for growth. So, as they are, you will see further in the video where I'll talk about their expansion plan. So they raise this money for that, and at the same time, they are expanding. They are sourcing in West Africa, for which they started a new subsidiary in a country called Republic of Chad, and in the Latin America, right? So they had bought this company for this cocoa butter equivalent. So over here, last year they had acquired it. Now they are going to start their. They have already started how to say trial production, and they're giving it to the clients. And depending upon how things on the response comes, they will slowly by slowly ramp up the production. And if you would have seen my earlier video, I had spoken about their backward integration plan, which they're opening in Burkina Faso country. So for that, what they have done is they've already acquired this 24 acres of land, and right now only the regulatory clearances are pending. So these are the things which are happening, right? So we can clearly see that the company is not just standing still and is being happy with what has happened in the past. They are looking for the next phase of growth, right? So over here in this, if you just look at the screen, right? So over here are the main things that the company is doing in terms of overall expansion and what they're planning to do, right? So they have currently a capex of around 460 crores, which they have planned over the next 2 to 3 years. So first, they're going to use it to for the debottlenecking. So currently, they have a capacity in their current plan of around 47,500 million tons per annum. They're going to increase that to 52,000 million tons per annum by doing the bottlenecking, and they're setting up a new plant completely, which will have a capacity of around 75,000 tons per annum. That what the management has said will be commissioned by the end of third quarter of FY28, and will start contributing to the revenue. But the meaningful contribution will come only in FY29. And the second part, if you can see the Burkina Faso facility, which I already spoke about, right, which will help in the backward integration. So normally what happens, whatever the seeds that they get from this Burkina Faso, right, they normally send it to India, and then the processing starts. But over here, they will do the processing, and then they'll send it to India plants for the manufacturing of the final product. So they're scaling their refinery also. And another thing, that the important thing that the company is doing, right, is changing their product mix, because what they're trying to do is that they're trying to bring more and more premium products by increasing the contribution from CB, which is cocoa butter equivalent, stearin, specialty fats, and other stuff. And at the same time, they're trying to expand their overall global presence. So these were the main things. If you look at it, the company what is doing. And if I speak about the the capex which they had mentioned of around 460 crores, right? So out of that 460 crores, 200 to 250 crores will be spent this year. Out of which around 5 to 6 crores will be spent on their debottlenecking for their current plant to increase their capacity from 47,500 metric tons to 52,500 metric tons per annum. And remaining would be used for the new plants which they are setting up in India as well as Burkina Faso. So this is the 220 is for this year, and the remaining would be used in the coming year. And if I talk about the tone of the management on the call, right? So the management was quite bullish and confident because of the the expansion that they are doing, the expansion that they have planned, and the way the latam ramp up is going on. So they are very bullish. Management did not give any specific guidance in terms of revenue. All they said was, right, their capacity would be around 52,000 metric tons for by the end of this year, and the capacity utilization will be around 80 to 85%. So according to that, we can do a calculation and get the numbers. But the way the company has been executing in the past few years, and and the way they have started the quarter one, I think they'll be easily able to do with any, a revenue growth of around close to 35 to 40%. Uh, and the most important thing, right, if you are tracking this company or have invested in this company, right, is to see how the progression for the debottlenecking and for the new setup of the plants are going in Africa as well as in India. And the Latam plant for which they've already started their the trial production, and at the back of it they're sending it to the clients. What is the response from the client, and are they ramping up their production, and by the end of this year how much will be the contribution of from that side. So overall, if I you personally ask me, the result has been quite fantastic, and the company is just going from strength to strength. But at the same time, sometimes you will never know what are the unknown risks which might come forward. So even if you have allocated to this company or invested in this company, please don't bet all your money on this, right? Because if I don't know whether you heard about the recent news about the GSM foil, what happened, right? The company was doing well, everything was going well, there was no risk that can be seen, but suddenly one of the the promoters was arrested because he, hired some goons to kill the other promoter, and the stock went just southward. This was an hidden risk which no one can even think about it or talk about it. So imagine someone, if they would have invested almost 30 or 40% of their capital just because they are bullish on one company, they would have been literally destroyed. So my suggestion to you, to everyone, is like, no matter how well the company is doing, no matter how much bullish we are, don't bet your house on that company, because it's like a flip of a coin. If we win, we win. But if we lose, we are done. So please be careful in how you allocate, no matter how well the company is doing. And if you guys like this video and like the analysis, please do hit like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and God bless you.